Time now for Perfectly Plated, and I thought this would be interesting. We're in the office of Melissa Ciambrone, and she is the Food and Beverage Director for the Grand Resort and all the Avalon Golf and Country Club properties.
That's
Am I correct? That's right. Which is not an easy job. But since we were talking about Steelite the other day, and we were talking about the different plates and bowls that you see in our restaurants, and luckily Steelite's got this giant catalog of things you can use and buy, but it's your job to pick out what people see on the tables, right?
It is, yeah.
So
Absolutely.
how often do you typically do that?
A couple times a year I get some specialty plateware in, but we change our lines usually about once every 5 years just to keep up to date, keep products new, fresh. But yeah, at least a couple times a year I'm going to the showroom, I'm checking out what they have that's new, some specialty items, things like that, yeah.
Yeah, and now is the time to do it for which of the properties?
So currently we're buying a new plate line for our Buell Country Club and our Squaw Creek Country Club. So we're getting ready to put a whole new line in, plates, bread and butter plates, bowls, the whole shebang.
Do they have to match the other ones at the different places, or do you allow to just kind of do what you want?
We kind of just do what we want. We kind of keep it fresh everywhere. So you might see one plate at the Grand Resort, but you might get a different plate at the clubs.
So this is kind of a selection of what you were kind of looking at from Steelite, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what are you looking for?
Okay, so when I buy a plate, first off, I'm looking for white. We use a lot of white plateware in our restaurants. It's kind of like our signature thing. I know some places use color, like these ones, but I look for something that has a little bit of detail on it, just nothing to take away from the food itself, because when we plate our food, that's obviously the center of attention, but I like a little bit of extra
pizzazz.
Yeah.
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 To it. How much is function versus fashion in this case?
For me, it's about a 50-50.
Okay.
So I like things to be very pretty, but it also has to be durable and lasting and work.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you about durable in a second, but is there one that you're kind of eyeing right now, and tell me why?
Yeah, so this line here is the rattan line. It's a royal porcelain.
Okay.
Rattan, and I really like this one. The detail is just, you can see it. From a distance, you really can't, but it's just, I think, a beautiful design. I also I'm torn between Bloom and rattan right now. So,
okay.
Yeah.
And are you looking for like rectangle ones too and all that stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. So that goes into the whole thought process. So rattan doesn't have a rectangle, they have an oval, but Bloom has this beautiful rectangle plate, so I'm really torn on which one.
And then in your mind, are you thinking what food would go in each style of the plates?
Absolutely, yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
All right, tell me about the durability then, because I'm getting from you that Steelite has something really cool inside their plateware.
Yeah, so what Steelite does is, well, first of all, they have their own line of stuff too, and then they use other suppliers, but one of the really cool things that they offer in a lot of their plateware is like a metal-like component that's mixed in with the ceramic or the porcelain that makes them more durable and less likely to chip or break or scratch, which is great when you're loading them up on a line in the kitchen. You know, there's a lot of wear and tear, so
this doesn't
really
make you nervous when I do that?
Not at all, no. You'd be surprised what happens in the kitchen.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah. And you go, and restaurants go through plates a little more frequently than people think, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And Steelite, you were telling me, is just a godsend to work with, right?
They are so easy to work with. I really love working with Steelite. Everybody I've worked with from years ago to now, they've all been great, so. Yeah.
All right, so keep an eye out for new plateware, and they do glassware, and they do the silverware and all that stuff too, right?
They sure do, yeah.
But you're just worried about the plates and bowls for
Today
now.
I'm worried about plates and bowls, yeah.
When will we see them, you think?
Well, we're hoping to have our order in by the end of the month, so you should be seeing them in the next 8 weeks.
I know it's a big job. Thank you for taking time out to work with us.
Thank you.
There you go, a little inside the scenes ideas and things when you're talking about Steelite and the different plates and bowls and things that you see in the restaurants.